children, today we will hear about the story of the wonderful name. After the birth of John, Mary returned to Nazareth, where Joseph was waiting eagerly for her return. What a story she had to tell him! She must have been full of it. There was Gabriel's visit to Zacharias, Elizabeth's surprise at getting a baby, how John got his name, and finally, Gabriel's strange and thrilling message to herself. As Joseph listened to his part of her story, he became very worried. He didn't know what to make of it. It was also unusual that he could hardly believe it. Was Mary telling him the truth? Had she really seen an angel? Would her baby the Son of God and the King of Israel? How strange! But God knew his thought, and that very night he sent Gabriel to speak to him in a dream. Gabriel told him that he need not worry. What had happened to Mary was according to God's plan. What's more, he said, "She shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins." When Joseph awoke next morning, I am sure he told Mary all about his dream. Indeed, I can almost hear him saying, "Gabriel has spoken to me too. He told me that your story is true, and he wants me to call the baby Jesus." He told me the same Mary May will have said, "But there's nobody in our family by the name." I know, surely it must have some special meaning. It means Savior. This child, Gabriel said, is to save his people from their sins. I am sure neither Joseph nor Mary understand fully what Gabriel meant. Not then. Like the rest of the people of Israel, they hoped someone would come to save them from the Romans, from the cruelty of their soldiers in the midst of their tax collectors. But they never thought that such a person would save them from their sins. How would that hope? Yet God knew that if this should happen, all Israel's other troubles would come to an end. In these wonderful words, Gabriel tried to tell Joseph and Mary the most precious secret ever told. He wanted them to be the first to know that this baby boy who was coming to them was the very one who, as God has promised, would break the power of Satan. This precious child would grow up to be the Savior of the world. He would help people to stop doing wrong. He would make them good and true and noble. And one day, he would lead them back along lost Eden and restore everything that Satan took away. "Thou shalt call his name Jesus," said Gabriel, so that every time anyone should call him by this name, they would think of him as a Savior and remember that he is able and willing to save them from the worst of sins. "Thou shalt call his name Jesus." The people of all nations should think of him as one who would help them in every time of need. "Thou shalt call his name Jesus," that hope might come to the hopeless and joy to the sad, to the ends of the earth and the end of time. No wonder the prophet Isaiah said that his name shall be called Wonderful. It is wonderful, the most wonderful name anyone ever was given. Thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. More than 1900 years have passed since Gabriel spoke this word to Joseph, but this means as much and more today. They glow more brightly every passing day, their glorious message in for you, for me, for everybody. He can save us, and he will save us if we will let him, and he will save us from all our sins. Thank you.